Halito beloveds, how y'all doing today? Phoenix got something she want to talk about. What up, beautiful ones? So today, without further ado, I'm going to break down the Haitian Constitution. Let me just tell you, big ups to Haiti for being the first of the colonized lands to set themselves free and liberate themselves. That's remarkable. Whole almost 100 years prior to the United States not being enslaved anymore. Good morning, beautiful ones. How y'all doing? I just want y'all to know that this Constitution is absolutely incredible. I haven't went back over the 1805 Constitution, but there was a remake in 1987 of the Haitian Constitution. And, you know, this particular Constitution, it's a little different. But the thing about it is, look at the time frame. This was created in 1987, and this is what, a year after they ousted Jean-Claude Duvalier. I want to go into a little detail. I want to get some more intel on that situation. I was very young at that time. So, good morning, beautiful ones. Good afternoon, everybody. Peace and love, y'all. So, Duvalier, he was ousted. I'm not really certain why, but I know once he was ousted, they got a whole new constitution, right? So, I don't know if he was the bad guy. I don't know if he was actually good for Haiti yet. I haven't made that determination. I don't really want to make that determination because he's long gone. What I do want to do is tell you Haitians, y'all got a standing chance. You have a chance. You have a leg to stand on. So hopefully this video gives y'all some information, but I found some really good caveats, spicy meatballs within this Constitution. This shit is good, man. It's good. It's not as complicated as the Jamaican Constitution, which is democratic. They completely turned it into democratic, so that's a little difficult. You want to stand into the republic. Grand Rising, beloveds. You want to stand in the republic. You know, so let's get into it. I'm going to read the preamble. The preamble alone was rather interesting. I'm going to turn the camera around and you guys can read with me. I hope everybody can see it. And let's get to that right now. So this is the 1987 Constitution of Haiti. And I'm just going to read the preamble for you guys. Hopefully you can see it. The Haitian people proclaim this Constitution in order to ensure their inalienable and imprescriptible rights to life. I'm going to stop right there. Imprescriptible. What that means is no one can tell you what to do as far as your freedoms and liberties are concerned. This is a really strong preamble. But if the people of Haiti don't realize who they are, this falls by the wayside. And then, of course, the de facto gets to do whatever it is that they feel like doing because the people have not said anything. And saying nothing is bad as someone who says something all the damn time. Let me just tell you that. Acquiescence, you don't want to be silent on this. So now it says there an imprescriptible rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, in conformity with the Act of Independence of 1804 and the Universal Declaration of Rights of Man of 1948. I want y'all to pick that, grab that. I'm going to drop this in the box so you guys can refer back to it. But being that it's mentioning the Declaration of Rights of Man of 1948, that's something that y'all definitely want to be familiar with. Be familiar with it. Once you get a hold of these documents and these things that are in place to allow you to, you know, perform in your sovereign capacities, you have to look at these other documents that make this cohesive. Okay? So constitute, what does it say? Let's see. Constitute a socially just, economically free, and politically independent Haitian nation. Establish a strong and stable state capable of protecting the country's values, traditions, sovereignty, independence, and national vision. Implant democracy, not cool, which entails ideological pluralism and political rotation, and affirm the inviolable, okay, rights of the Haitian people. Strengthen national unity by eliminating all discrimination between the urban and rural populations, by accepting the community of languages and culture, and by recognizing the right to progress, information, education, health, employment, and leisure for all citizens. Ensure the separation and the harmonious distribution of the powers of the state at the service of the fundamental interests and priorities of the nation. Set up a form of government based on fundamental liberties and respect for human rights, social peace, economic equity, concerted action and participation of all the people in major decisions affecting the life of a nation through effective decentralization. That's a hell of a preamble, guys. This was fashioned after the United States Constitution and also some aspects of the French Constitution that is in place for France. So Title I, it just basically tells you about the emblem of Haiti, the symbols, and Chapter 1 within Title II is just, giving you a little bit of insight on how the flag should be and, the colors and blah, 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 blah. So it says Haiti is an indivisible, sovereign, independent, cooperative, free, democratic, and social republic. Okay, and it tells you how the city of Port-au-Prince is the capital and the seat of the government, and the seat may be moved elsewhere for reasons of force majeure. So if you guys want the shit moved somewhere else, the people have the power to do that. And then it tells you that the national colors shall be blue and red. It gets into the emblem. Okay. The national motto for Haiti is liberty, equality, fraternity. Oh, shit. Now, that kind of skipped me. Fraternity? Yeah, that kind of skipped me. Let's go. Well, I know what it is, but I want you guys to see what a fraternity is, because some of these words can be potentially dangerous, right? And we've sustained enough injury already, right? As a people, for sure. So we want to be careful of these words that are hidden in here that can injure us. So fraternity, let me go. Let me get that etymology for the word fraternity. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Where is the right one? Isn't that funny? 1 second. Let's get to this. Let's do it this way. There we go. Now let's see what the origin of this word is. Fraternities. Police are fraternities, right? We don't really care for them too tough, huh? Let me see. Specifically because of what they've turned this collective into, right? Fraternity, early 14th century, body of men associated by common interests. From Old French, fraternite, and that's from 12th century. From Latin, fraternitatem, nominative fraternitas, brotherhood, from fraternus, brotherly, from frater, brother, from pi root, brater, brother, meaning state or condition of being as brothers, is from late 15th century. College Greek letter organizations since from 1777 first in reference to Pi Beta Kappa. Okay, so now we just get to determine whether or not this fraternity is good or bad for us. It's not all of them are bad. It's impossible. Now it does say what the national language is. All Haitians are united by a common language, which is Creole. Creole and French are the official languages of the Republic. The monetary unit shall be the gourd, which is divided into centimes. Okay, I don't know anything about their money. But it also says basically that no one alive can have a statue or be on the currency, stamps, seals, or any public buildings or streets of work of art. That's just their rules, doesn't mean much. And the use of effigies of deceased persons has to be approved by legislature. So if you guys want a like a picture of, I don't know, let me say Martin Luther King, you have to get it approved through legislator, right? You know what? Let's go to the etymology. I got it pulled up right here of Creole. I see you guys asking that question. Let's go and see what the etymology of Creole says while we're here. 1600. Okay. From French, Creole. From Spanish, criollo. Person native to a locality. Well, damn. You thought it was specific people, but anybody can be Creole, right? If they're, natives to that locality. From Portuguese, criollo, diminutive of cria, person, especially a servant, raised in one's house. From criar, to raise or bring up. From Latin, criere, to make, bring forth, produce, beget. From pi, root, to grow. The exact sense varies with local use. Originally with no connotation of color or race. Fowler, in 1926, writes, Creole does not imply mixture of race, but denotes a person either of European or, now rarely, of Negro descent, born and naturalized in certain West Indian and American countries. In U.S. use applied to descendants of French and Spanish settlers in Louisiana from at least 1792, of languages from 1879, as an adjective from 1748. So essentially, Creole just means a person native to a locality. I'm going to go down because the oldest use of it, let's see, 16th century. So that would be, that's circa 1600. So actually that's the 17th century that the French have been using this word. So in order to be accurate in regards to them calling Haitians Creole, for all intent purposes, we are going to say that this is basically because it's a French conquered nation, of course, number one. And number two, it's a person native to the locality. So basically, you took them from being Indians and turned them into Creole. And they figure if you give everybody a different name, people will start to attach themselves to these misnomers. And you see, they haven't had a problem doing that at all. They needed help from us and we gave it to them. So I'm about to get back into the Constitution and let's see. Now it also tells you where the territory of Haitian Republic comprises. That's really kind of not important unless y'all get ready to do a Pirates of the Caribbean takeover. The airspace over the land and sea of the Republic, all of that good stuff. Okay, so listen to this. The territory of the Haitian Republic is inviolable and may not be alienated either in whole or in part by any treaty or convention. So let me ask you guys, Haiti, do you feel as though the treaty with France, you have been alienated? Do you feel as though France has not they haven't kept up with the treaties that were in place regarding you, Haitians? Let me see. I want to go with the word inviolable means because, let's see. Nope. That ain't it. There we go. So this is a strong word, guys. This is a very, very strong word. Mid-15th century. That is to be kept without violation. It looks like you've been violated, Haiti. Inviolable. Looks like they violated you guys. It's not really hard to tell. We got to hold these people to task. Start taking the right people to court. See, we've been shadow boxing for so long. We just know somebody needs to get punched in the face, but we don't know who. So we just want to blame all the white people and box everybody up and kick their ass and send them back to Europe, the caves, or wherever from whence they came. But we got to know who to punch in the face, because we definitely got a fist together. We absolutely have a fist. But, you know, we got to know how to deal with what we got to work with what we have and know how to deal with these people in a way, you know, that we actually get, you know, some effective feedback. Okay. Now, this is regarding Haitian nationality. This is Article 13. Haitian nationality is lost by A, naturalization in a foreign country, holding a political post in a service of a foreign country, continuous residence abroad of naturalized Haitian without duly granted authorization by a competent official. Anyone who loses his nationality in this matter may not reacquire it. Interesting. A naturalized Haitian may recover his Haitian nationality by meeting all of the conditions and formalities imposed on aliens by law. Dual Haitian and foreign nationality is in no case permitted. No case permitted. So you can't hopscotch with them. You know, you can't hopscotch with them. Some places allow you to have dual citizenship, you know, and they allow you, you know, to be able to hover and enjoy the benefits or disservice of whatever it is for whatever said nation that you hold dual citizenship to. But Haiti's not having it. So in no case, no shape or form, can you have dual Haitian and foreign nationality. It's going to be either or. Okay, now the nature of citizenship. This is chapter 1. Article 16 says citizenship entails both civil and political rights. There's that hidden word. There's that hidden word. Okay? Civil. When you see this, you better know they talking about you, Indian. Everybody else got human rights. Have you noticed that? Everybody else got human rights. But where the American Indians are, it doesn't matter what island nation, what South, Central, and North America, when it comes to the Indians, it's civil rights. Okay? I want y'all to know that. When they talk about civil rights, they mean you, Aborigine. They mean you. So the age of majority is 18, even though you can be 94 years old and still be an infant. And what I mean by that is you still the minority because you don't handle your commercial affairs. Okay? So the age of majority, if you notice at 18, this is where the Jewish people teach their kids how to contain their straw man. This is why these motherfuckers turn 13 and they start, you think they're doing some religious rites? They're not doing nothing religious. They're teaching these kids how to control their straw and how to be the bank and how to take us to the bank. Right? That's how they take us to the fucking bank. So, now these are your basic rights. Let's see. Again, they're bringing up the Universal Declaration of the Rights of Man. So, in the part 2, you know I'm absolutely going to pull up that document and we're going to dissect that and we're going to attach it to this trust. Because this Constitution is a trust for the Haitian people, right? For the people of Haiti, not only is it a trust, but a trust also has trustees and it has to have a beneficiary. And you, the people of Haiti, you are the beneficiary. So I want to know, have y'all been benefiting? Have y'all been benefiting? If you're not benefiting, then you are not comprising yourself of the group in which you are, and that's we, the people of Haiti. You're always going to be the people. I don't care if you're standing by yourself. Don't ever call yourself a person. The same thing a person means in law here in America is the same thing it means everywhere. A person is a corporation. A corporation is a person. But it's not a man and it's not a woman. It's not the natural person. It's a corpse. It's a dead entity used to transmit. A transmitting utility. That's all it is. And the transmission, like if you take the Bible, Jesus is the transmitting utility to get to heaven. Your straw man is the you are the transmitting utility to get to the straw. I hope that didn't go over anybody's head. I hope everybody's right there with me when I say that. Okay. Individual liberty is guaranteed and protected by the state. How many of you Haitians feel like you are being protected in your own land? How many of you Haitians feel like you're not being protected in your own land? Article 24 says that individual liberty is guaranteed and protected by the state. Guaranteed. No one may be prosecuted, arrested, or detained except in cases determined by law and in the manner it prescribes. So they can't just lock you up for nothing, right? But if you don't know who you are, they can pretty much do whatever they want. Now, I have a question to pose, and I'm going to turn the camera back because I need y'all to see my face because I'm real serious with this shit. I have a question to pose. Are there any foreigners in office in Haiti? You know, we got a whole bunch of Europeans and pale faces running things over here. Who's over there pretending to be a Haitian? Somebody's pretending to be a Haitian. And in my opinion, and it's just my opinion, I may not be correct, but I'm thinking that there are people pretending to be Haitians and they're not. And they're just knocking your fucking chips over. They're knocking your chips over. And they're doing it on purpose to keep you subservient. They're knocking the shit down on purpose. This is why it has nothing to do with being against anyone. But you got to be for yourself. You got to be for yourself. You can't do Mama Africa. That's not your mama. Your mama wouldn't leave you. Right? Your mama wouldn't leave you behind. You got to know. You got to know. Your mama wouldn't leave you behind. Not the people, the soul people, not from the Americas. We don't operate like that. It's not how we operate. So I'm going to go back to this Constitution. And because there's some really good things in here that can absolutely help you guys. You got to grab onto the shit and get these goddamn foreigners out of your land. Now the foreigners is coming in telling y'all what the fuck to do. First of all, let me just say this shit. Haiti was liberated in 1804, 1801, something like that. So that means the saturation of this so-called slave trade that they had would probably be slim to none, right? Meaning that most of the people there are the Aboriginal people. There was no more slavery from the 1800s. Who the fuck are those people? Where do these Africans come from? They were visitors at a time when it was okay, and they would come in to do what? To work. They weren't coming to be slaves. Would you free your people in Haiti and then have Africans still coming over there to be slaves? And slavery's been abolished? How much sense does that make? I don't know how much sense that makes. It just don't make a lot of sense to me. I could be wrong, but it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And again, this is nothing to do with being against Africans. They have a whole continent that they can sort through, right? But what's happening is everybody, the foreigners, are coming here to the Americas, and they're taking away from the people. They're taking away. If their country and their nations are so great, why are they here oppressing us? So you have people that look like us, and they're just as fucking atrocious creatures, white and black, just like our main oppressor. So how can you make one less guiltier than the other? You can't. You can't. I don't want to sound hateful, but I definitely want to practice racism. I want to practice racism amongst the Americans. And racism is basically, it's not prejudice. Racism is defending and representing the stock from which you came. That's your grandmother. That's your mother. That's your great-great-grandfather. That's who it is. That's your race. So you're supposed to make your ancestors proud. Everybody else is practicing racism except for us. We are practicing embracism. Oh, we just want to give us you're tired, you're hungry, you're poor. And we can't even feed ourselves. And these motherfuckers come over here and they eat damn good. They eat what they want. Meanwhile, we got to eat what's left. Now that we done fed the whole fucking world, you don't think it's time for us to eat a little bit? This is birthright. Fuck the money. Fuck the money, even though there's redress of grievances that is absolutely owed to us. Absolutely. But we got to know what we're asking for redress of grievances for. Can't just go shadow boxing wanting to blame every motherfucking body for a position that we put ourselves in, right? But we can utilize all of the connections that we're making in order to make our conditions better. That's what this shit is about. It has nothing to do with hating anybody. You can't accuse anyone of hating someone for loving themselves. I'm sorry. It just doesn't make sense. You're not going to put your jacket on some stranger's mother when your mama's sitting here with a tank top and it's fucking cold outside. You know? It just don't make no sense. It just don't make no sense. So, let's get back to it. All right. Now, here we go. Listen to this shit. No one may be interrogated without his attorney or witness of his choice being present. A witness of his choice being present. Isn't that something? Who knew that? Did you know that, Haiti? They can't even question you. The police, military, no one can question you without a witness of your choice, without an attorney. No one may be kept under arrest for more than 48 hours unless he has appeared before a judge, asked to rule on the legality of the arrest, and the judge has confirmed the arrest by a well-founded decision. I need to know how many of our Haitian brothers and sisters are in jail just sitting there rotting away. And ain't nobody fucking listening to them. What happened to the Taino and the goddamn Arawaks? They didn't kill them people off. They changed their names and made them think some other shit. And made them think some other shit. And this is why we're having the issues that we have. So, in the case of a petty violation, the accursed shall be referred to a justice of the peace who shall then hand down a final decision. A petty violation. But this motherfucker sitting in jail in Haiti for nothing. And that's because no one is there to speak for them. You got these other people with these political parties inside of your nation, and they are doing the legal work in order to establish these political parties, but they're doing it for themselves. They're not doing it for the people. They're not doing it for the people. So in case of more serious offenses or crimes, an appeal may be filed without prior permission, simply by addressing a petition to the presiding judge of the competent civil court. Well, now let me tell y'all why I like that. The civil court. So that means, like, unlike here where all crimes have been commercialized, they still bring you to civil court. That's where we're supposed to be. So I do like that part. That's something that y'all can work with, because it's not, it shouldn't be de facto. It should be de jure. If they're bringing you into civil courts, then that's the place you want to be, because now you get to argue your constitutional rights. If you're in a de facto court, you got to play de facto games, which generally is pro se, when you should be sui juris. The Indian is always supposed to be sui juris. not pro se. Okay, so now, in case of more, okay. In case of more serious offenses or crimes, an appeal may be filed without prior permission simply by addressing a petition to the presiding judge of a competent civil court who, on the basis of the oral statement of the prosecutor, shall rule on the legality of the arrest and detention in special session of the court without postponement or rotation of judges, all other cases being suspended. So on the basis of an oral statement from the prosecutor, how do you get the prosecutor to shut up? Because an affidavit unrebutted stands as law. You want to get the prosecutor to be quiet? When they invite your ass to these venues, you need to find out who everybody's name is. Because if that prosecutor is pretending to be the people of Port-au-Prince or the people of, another city, then you can hold their asses accountable because they're pretending and perpetrating a fraud. Do you understand? They're perpetrating a fraud. If the arrest is judged to be illegal, the judge shall order the immediate release of the arrested person, and that order shall be enforceable immediately, regardless of any appeal to a higher court or the Supreme Court for an order forbidding enforcement of the judgment. Let me read this shit again. So if they don't follow these criterions here, and the arrest is judged to be illegal, the judge shall order the immediate release of the arrested person, and that order shall be enforceable immediately, regardless of any appeal to a higher court or the Supreme Court for an order forbidding enforcement of the judgment. So they can completely stop your ass from getting locked up, immediately release you, and then they can't touch you until you get right back into the right venue. Whether it's and it says regardless if you're appealing to a higher court or a Supreme Court. Any violation of the provisions on individual liberty are arbitrary contracts. Injured parties may, without prior authorization, appeal to the competent courts to bring suit against the authors and perpetrators of these arbitrary acts, regardless of their rank or the body to which they belong. Haiti, they telling you, if they don't fucking do what they said they're going to do in this document, you got to bring their asses to task. Call these motherfuckers out. Ain't no way y'all supposed to be suffering. Ain't no fucking way. Any violation of the provisions on individual liberty are arbitrary acts. Injured parties may, without prior authorization, so you don't need nobody's goddamn permission to scream to the top of the mountain, this motherfucker hurt me, they hurt my children, they injured me. This is incredible. This is ammunition. This is firepower right here. You got to beat them with their own shit. They created this shit. We ain't asked for this shit. But since they did it, this is all we got to work with. This is all we have to work with. And if this is what they want to use, let's whip their ass with the tools that they give us to use. That's what it's here for. They're not expecting us to dig into the archives and dig into the crates. They wasn't even expecting us to figure out that we the fucking Aboriginal people in the first place. Freedom of expression is in Section C. Every Haitian has the right to express his opinions freely on any matter by any means he chooses. You hear that? You hear that? You can say whatever the hell you want and can't nobody do a damn thing to you. All offenses involving the press and abuses of the right of expression come under the Code of Criminal Law. And abuses of the rights of expression. So that means if you want to do your, let's say, your video regarding what you see in Haiti, can't nobody persecute you, you know? Like the dude that videotaped Eric Garner, the one that got choked out, for selling the cigarettes. The guy that videotaped that whole thing, he was prosecuted unlawfully. Where was all these so-called black leaders that was crying about Eric Garner? Where was they for that man? Where was they? Did they assist him? Hell no, they didn't. They hung his ass out to dry. They let him go. But they made a big deal. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. But they ain't even protect the man that got the evidence on tape. You see? You see how that works? They pick and choose who they want to fuck with. They pick and choose who they want to help. Because we ain't demanding nothing. We're not making them stick to the script. And if you can get away with it, people is going to do what they do. Can't even be mad at these fucking wicked bastards. We gave them permission to be fucked up. And we let this shit slide for a long time. Journalists may not be compelled to reveal their sources. However, it is their duty to verify the authenticity and accuracy of information. It is also this obligation to respect the ethics of their profession. All offenses involving the press and abuses of the right of expression come under the Code of Criminal Law. The right of petition is recognized. It is exercised personally by one or more citizens, but never in the name of a body. All right, let's deal with that. The right of petition is recognized. It is exercised personally by one or more citizens, but never in the name of a body. Okay, so basically you can't become a gang, right? And start making demands like, hey, y'all been fucking us up and all this other stuff. So in other words, that's kind of like a code word for having a political party. This is what they do to get their voices heard. This is what they do. I want to get this word for you. Hold on a second. Let's go. I want to see what body. Let's go with body because we know it means physical, but let's see what else body can mean so we get a full understanding. I know it seems like a little trivial word, but these words fuck us up sometimes because we don't know what the fuck we're talking about. You know? Oh, yeah, honey. Cesarian, the dark one. Oh, I did Chicago on a radio show. I'll go back to it. I got some juicy stuff about Chicago and the Federal Reserve that they have there. All the court cases between Texas and Illinois. Yeah, I got a lot of detail on that. We'll definitely get to that, brother. We'll get to that. We'll get back to that. Body, noun, Old English, bodic, trunk of a man or beast. Physical structure of a human or animal, material frame, material existence of a human, main or principal part of anything. I think we could stop right there. So the principal part, the principal is the title holder. So the body is actually the people. They can disguise it with all this fancy shit they want. You got to come to them as we, the people of Haiti. All petitions to the legislative branch must give rise to the regulatory procedure for a ruling upon their purpose. Freedom of conscience. All religions and faiths shall be freely exercised. Everyone is entitled to profess his religion and practice faith, provided the exercise of that right does not disturb law and order. Pretty cool. That's fair. The law establishes the conditions for recognition and practice of religions and faith. Oh, we're going to get out of that. Religion and got us in this motherfucker, right? A lot of it. The police authorities must be notified in advance of assemblies outdoors in public places. So it's not saying that you can't have, your demonstrations, right? But what it is saying is if you're going to have 10,000 people in Port-au-Prince talking about we want justice, you got to let the authorities know. So it's not saying that you can't assemble yourselves in public places. It's basically just saying, make sure you got some peace officers out here in case shit get kind of crazy. Nothing wrong with that. And no one may be compelled to join any association of any kind. That's cool too. Because now, people find themselves in these disputes, these civil disputes, where one group feels this way and one group feels another way, Let's see. Look at this, though. Agricultural, vocational, cooperative, and technical training is a fundamental responsibility of the state and its communes. So how many of you guys think that they are making sure you are able to farm in peace, right? You are able to have all the things that you need in order to continue that practice, right? Which we were known for because we've been feeding the whole goddamn world, okay, for a very long time. Vocational and cooperative and technical training is a fundamental responsibility of the state and its communes. Y'all holding them, are you holding them to this? Are you making sure that they are educating your children the way that you see fit? It's up to you. Higher education shall be open to all on equal basis according to merit only. That's cool. That's cool. Because now your kids have a chance. Because the foreigners will come over there and suck up all the resources and you ain't got shit going for yourself, It's kind of messed up. But in the smaller islands, it could be easier contained. Specifically because y'all dominate over there. Over here, we got all these goddamn crackers and foreigners from all over the place. It'd be too hard to round up and figure out who the fuck is who. Unfortunately, that's our fault. We don't let this shit get all crazy because we ain't want to handle our business. So now you got a bunch of foreigners telling motherfuckers what to do. Let's see. Okay, and look at this. The state and its territorial divisions have the duty to make all necessary provisions to intensify the literacy campaign for the masses. They encourage all private initiatives to that end. Teachers are entitled to a fair salary. There shall be freedom of education at all levels. This freedom shall be exercised under the control of the state. Except where perpetrators of crimes are caught in the act, the premises of educational establishments are inviolable. No police forces may enter them without permission of the supervisors of those establishments. Oh, isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Let's go down. This is about fair wages and stuff like that. Private property is recognized and guaranteed. The law specifies the manner of acquiring and enjoying it and the limits placed upon it. So if you own land in Haiti, you might want to find out what they're saying. You may be getting the short end of the stick when really they're supposed to be rolling out the red carpet for you. And if you do own land, then you got to have a political say because you are connected to the land. Nationalization and confiscation of goods, property, and buildings for political reasons are forbidden. Ain't that something? No one may be deprived of his legitimate right of ownership other than by final judgment of a court or ordinary law except under agrarian reform. Isn't that interesting? Now, I'm going to skip down a little bit because I just want to show y'all something that I did find that absolutely pissed me off. Pissed me off because this is from 1987. So you know that Duvalier was removed. Duvalier, Jean-Claude Duvalier was removed in 86. They drafted this up in 87 and it went through legislature in 1987. Okay? In 1988, do y'all remember what they did to so-called black people in the Americas? What's significant about 1988? And this is why they had to enter this into this Haitian Constitution. And this shit was really a problem. And I'm looking for it now. 1988 is when they called everybody African American. That's right. That's right. So they had to prepare everybody so they can steal all over again. Every couple of years when people start waking up, they got to come up with some other shit to hold you back. They always got to have some other shit to hold you back. And let me find this right in here. Hold on 1 second. I went through so much of it. I should have took notes. Sometimes my shit be crazy, y'all. I'm sorry. Busy lady. Let's get down. This is section F. Wait till you guys see this shit. And this shit basically says that the culture is African. Fucking completely erased Haitian culture and charged it with African. This is the problem. This is a problem. Let me see. I'm going to go. I might have passed it. This is the problem. Oh, check this out. Let's go through this. The state is obligated to establish for each communal section the structures required for social, economic, civic, and cultural training of its population. Members of the administrative council of the communal section must be Haitians and at least 25 years of age, have resided in the communal section for 2 years before the elections and continue to reside there, enjoy civil and political rights, and never been sentenced to death, personal restraint, or penal servitude, or the loss of civil rights. So that means you lose some of your say if you can't, maintain your freedom. If you can't maintain your freedom, you lose your rights. And this is something that they've been doing the entire time. So it really shouldn't be. And of course, if they take your rights away, then you can't vote and you can't tell people what you want. Not only can you not tell people what you want, but you get all the shit that you don't want. You're not supposed to be a stranger in your own goddamn house. You the king of your castle? I need y'all to stop taking your fucking crown off for these motherfuckers. It's not theirs, it's yours. Keep it on your head. You could tilt it to the side, you could cock it back, but don't take it off and give it to your fucking oppressor. They got their own crown and they don't even want that shit. They want yours. They want yours. Veronica, honey, I understand that. But you know what? We got to get past the anger because the anger only helps us marinate on the problems. Now we got to worry about the solution. And the solution is going to bring us joy. That's what's going to be joyful. And we got solutions right here. We got solutions, sister. It's going to be all right. As long as we stick together and we keep going through this shit and dissecting these little things. Because they'll give us all these Malcolm X books. They'll give us all these books on all these other fucking people. But they still programming us who to listen to. And a lot of those people are the people that they hired to keep us dumb in the first place. What the fuck are we going back to something ineffective for? We going back to shit that didn't do nothing for us 50 years ago. Why would it work for us now? What's the purpose of teaching your brand new 10-year-old about some failed shit that didn't work? I mean, okay, it's nice. All right, we could hear about Malcolm X and all of that, but he had a lot of power. I don't want to take nothing away from that man. I know he probably meant well, but it was still ineffective. And at the point where he finally got it, boom, it was too late. They fucking killed him. And he didn't have nobody to transfer that to. You got to have a go-to person. I'm creating a go-to person. So if something happens to me, somebody going to be there in order to keep going, to keep it going. It can't stop just because Phoenix gone. Fuck this shit. Everybody got to keep going for time immemorial. It can't never stop because the minute they catch us slipping again, guess what? They'll steal our shit all over again. They'll steal our shit all over again. Well, wait till I find this section on the culture, and you're going to see for yourself where it basically says we are prideful on our African culture. That shit just got inserted in 1987. They didn't say that shit about African culture in 1805, in the 1805 Constitution. So how about that? How they weren't Africans in 1805, but they Africans in 1987, though? That shit don't seem strange to y'all? That shit seems strange. And let me see. I'm gonna have to take a little 5-minute break. And I'll be right back with part 2. Let me find that part of the Constitution. One moment, y'all. Let's see. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm gonna find this shit. It's so many sections. This goes down to almost 300 different sections, y'all. It's so many different sections to this. And the way they break the articles and stuff down. Let me see. Give me a 5-minute break, y'all. I'm gonna be right back. That's somebody in the pokey, and I got to take that call. It's a collect call. I can see that. So let me take that. Excuse me, beloveds, but, you know, we got to help all the people, even the ones that's in the pen, because they take their voice away. Let me take this call and see what I could do for this Aborigine. Call y'all back. I'll be right back.